I'd like to add to what Professor Weinberger and Dr. Kimhi said so eloquently. Tomorrow's teacher is going to need to be able to adapt. We just lived through a year in which the entire system had to virtually reinvent itself overnight. Teachers had to learn to teach by Zoom, how to teach from a distance, how to adapt to hybrid models and to constantly changing conditions. And these skills are going to be crucial as we move forward and the world and the challenges continue to change. Another thing that tomorrow's teacher needs is to be able to recognize the diversity and the diverse needs of his or her individual students and find ways to answer those needs. And we need teachers that start to recognize diversity as a strength that contributes to the teaching and learning experience in their classroom and not as a problem that needs to be overcome. Another key is for teachers to be skilled at a host of teaching methodologies simultaneously. They're going to need to be able to move from one teaching platform to another, often within the space of a few seconds, to use physical, actual books, for example, but also to use books online, to have distance learning and hybrid learning, individual instruction, small group instruction, whole class instruction. The teacher needs to manage all of those things. We will need teachers who are more like conductors in the classroom, managing multiple models at once. They'll still have to impart skills, but we're going to be moving away from the model in which the teacher is the repository of all knowledge, skills, and wisdom, and move to a model where the teacher is someone enabling students to learn in a multiplicity of processes. Now, that doesn't mean that teachers don't still have to have their areas of expertise. Teachers need mastery of the content that they're trying to teach in order to help the students with their own exploration. They also need to be big readers. They need to be writers themselves. They need to be makers and critical consumers of conventional and social media. They need to know how to help a student write an essay, of course, but they also need to know how to help a student create a PowerPoint presentation and to understand what Instagram is or TikTok and whatever comes to replace TikTok and Instagram and PowerPoints. Teachers will have to individualize instruction, to differentiate it, to meet those diverse needs using all these different skills, while at the same time, they also have to address students' social and emotional needs. Now, that's a lot to ask of one person. Teachers have always been teaching students values, and inculcating values, questioning values is going to continue to be a crucial part of any teacher's repertoire. Our world situation is changing. For one thing, we know that our climate is undergoing a drastic change, and we need to help students address those things. Now, this requires that teachers move away from a set repertoire that they tweak here and there to lifelong learners themselves, so that they can continue to help students become lifelong learners, ready and able to face the evolving challenges before all of us. We need to recognize that a teacher in her first year and a teacher who's been in the field for 10 years and a teacher who's been teaching for 25 years, they're all at different places. They all have had different kinds of experience and different levels of experience, and they need different levels of support. Now, in our model, we try to bring the professional development of teachers into the classroom in real time, primarily through the agency of a pedagogic coach, who is there 5 days a week, reflecting back to the teacher, co-teaching, modeling for the teacher, helping the teacher find more effective means of instruction, and teaching her innovative new practices and methodologies. We found this to be tremendously effective in turning around, transforming schools in a short time. In other words, teachers and principals need to become lifelong learners, both in the content and in the art of leading schools and teaching children. They're going to need to do that so that these kids will be the citizens of tomorrow, ready to face the challenges awaiting all of us.